Alright, anxiety out the way. My name's Austin, and this is the start of my YouTube channel. This is going to be a channel dedicated to cars, my adventures through the car life, how I take on life altogether, and just my perspective. But today we are starting the channel and starting a build right off the bat. I'm just jumping right into it. So behind me here is my 2006 Chevy Silverado. It has a L33 5.3 all aluminum. About 9 months ago, or 10 months ago now, I pulled the engine out. I was hearing some chatter, knocking sound. Kind of sounded like a lifter had gone bad. I pulled the engine out. Pretty grueling process, not the most fun, but got that done and sent the engine off. Took quite a long time, had a lot going on this year, had a lot of setbacks, and now we're here. I've got the engine here, and what you guys can't see on the other side of the engine is the table with all the other parts, the heads, crank, cam, all that stuff. So yeah, here we are. We've got everything here, and I figured what better way to start this channel off than diving into what you're going to see, and that's building engines, building cars, fun, lots of fun, rowdy car stuff. There's hundreds of other channels out there that you could go watch, so if you're taking the time to watch this, I really appreciate it. Anyway, this channel is going to be my perspective, and that is, I don't know, it's different, and you'll see that along the way. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll just, yeah, that's it. I'm just going to stop rambling, and we're going to jump into it. So I guess now let's start building this engine. Let's get to it. Show you everything on the table here. There's I got the heads here, crank, brand new melting cam. Today the main focus is to get the crank in and get the all the bearings and rings. Just get the bottom end together. Not too worried about getting the cam and that stuff in, but I really want to start on. I've never ringed anything, so I want to make sure that when I do all this, I do it at once and I don't mess anything up. So yeah, honestly, I'm more nervous about building this just because I know everything has to be like perfect. So more nervous about that than I am about trying to film it all. So bear with me if I miss some stuff. I'm gonna try my best not to, but it's gonna happen. I already know. So here's our bearings. These are Moly Cleveite. These are what we're using. These are the tri-metal, not just the standard. I already put the bearings in, didn't get very far. Over here, got the crank, got the bearings in. They're very easy to put in. They've got these little tabs here that tell you which way they need to set, and also you have your oiling holes in the block side. So your oiling holes and all of them, and then your middle one has these sides. It's cut out on the block, and then you've got the bearing is different, so it's easy to tell. Alright, now that the crank's in, we're going to grab, these are, if you've never seen this, I haven't until today, a plastic gauge. You can kind of see there, this camera is trash, but plastic gauge. And what we're going to do is got these little plastic strips. We're going to set it on the crank right here, and then put the main caps on and tighten everything up to spec, take everything back off. It'll tell us how much clearance is there between the bearing. So So this tiny little thing right here, this tiny little green strip, I'm gonna set that right here on the center of the engine, on the center of the crank. Long ways so we can get a good view. And now we'll take and do it to all the other channels and just make sure that every clearance is how it's supposed to be. That middle, the big white and the small green is between 0.0015 and 0.0020. So main thing is that it be in between, it be smaller than the white, which is very hard to see, but smaller than the white and bigger than the green. And it is, and I've checked all of them. See there, there, and there. Checked all of them. They're all good. So we know that our bearing clearance is not gonna have an issue. Where this being my first one, it's taken me a bit longer than I had anticipated. And I also realized I do not have the replacement main bearing studs and bolts. So gotta get the replacement ones of those, and also my rod, my rod bolts too. So for me, this was one of the trickiest parts. I've never done this before, so it was a bit time consuming. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get all this stuff cleaned off on the crank and the caps, and then get everything oiled, lubed, and get the caps in place. Get the crank in, know all that's good. The heart of the engine is good. I'll probably end the first video here, so when I pick back up, probably be doing the ringing the pistons. So these first few videos probably gonna be a bit boring. I do apologize, but you know, we're learning here. So it is what it is. Just keep thinking, like, what does video 100 look like, you know? So pretty stoked on that. That's gonna be awesome when I, you know, once this whole thing just really plays out, it's gonna be awesome. So but until then, a lot of figuring things out as we go and a lot of late nights. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. For now, peace out. See you guys later.